With all the different labels on milk in the grocery store, it's hard to decipher what is the best option and what they all mean. In this video, we'll walk you through what each of the labels mean, along with what is grass-fed milk, organic, and conventional milk, how they differ, and what is the healthiest option for you. So let's get into it. So to start out, what is conventional milk? Conventional milk is the most common milk you'll find at the grocery store, and it's different from organic milk in 6 different ways. First, conventional dairy farms use an array of antibiotics on the cows. Antibiotics can then be found in the final milk product. Conventional dairy farms often use artificial growth hormones like RBST on their cows. Those hormones will end up in the final product as opposed to organic milk, which will never include artificial growth hormones. Thirdly, most conventional cows in the United States are raised in CAFOs, concentrated animal feeding operations. These are small confinement areas where animals have little to no access to their pasture. Fourth, conventional cows consume a diet of GMO, corn, soy, and grain. This is unnatural to them and hard for them to digest. Fifth, these cows live in these tight, confined quarters, which makes it easy for disease to spread throughout the herd. Number 6, as a result of all these things, these cows have short lifespans. For example, on a conventional dairy, typically cows only survive 1 to 2 lactations. In contrast, on an organic farm, cows live to be up to 10 or 15 years old. Not all conventional cows are raised this way. That's why it's important to know your farmer. If you aren't buying directly from your farm, at least find a brand that you trust that has good quality farming practices. Do your research before you consume and vote with your dollar. So what is organic milk? Organic milk is different from conventional milk in 4 different ways. Number 1, organic standards say that cows must not be treated with antibiotics. Now, there are certain situations on a farm where you will see a cow that is so sick that antibiotics are the only solution. As an organic farmer myself, we hold a certain standard of ethics, and that is saving the cow's life first. So if the cow needs to be treated with antibiotics, we certainly will treat it and not hold back. However, that cow must be removed from our herd. Typically, we sell those cows to a home dairy, so they have a great life afterwards. Generally speaking though, it's more rare for a cow to get sick on an organic farm because they're raised in healthier situations. Secondly, organic milk must come from cows that are never given hormones for growth or reproduction. These cows are simply fed a wholesome diet to maintain optimum health. Number 3, organic milk must come from cows that are on pasture at least 120 days, which is 30% of the year. Number 4, organic cows must be fed organic grass and feed. No GMO feeds or feeds grown with pesticides or commercial fertilizers are allowed on organic farms. Every farm is different. Some may go above and beyond these standards, and some may do the bare minimum. But these standards are what's required for all organic dairy farms. Next, let's talk about grass-fed milk. Grass-fed milk can be labeled multiple different ways. There are standards for 100% grass-fed milk if you see that on a container. However, if you simply see grass-fed or pastured without the 100% grass-fed, there is no regulation for that label. So let's get into what 100% grass-fed actually means. It differs from conventional milk in 4 different ways. The first one being, it must come from cows that consume a diet of 100% grass. This differs from conventional milk cows that typically consume a diet of grain, corn, soybeans that are GMO. Even organic milk cows can be fed organic grain, and this is not considered 100% grass-fed milk. Secondly, 100% grass-fed must come from cows that are not treated with antibiotics. Third, it must come from cows that are not given growth or reproductive hormones. Number 4, grass-fed milk must come from cows that are grazing at least 150 days out of the year. How do they consume grass the rest of the time? Usually from dry hay or wrapped hay called baleage. It's important to note that when you're looking for 100% grass-fed milk, the label must say 100% grass-fed. Simply being organic or pastured does not indicate that this cow has been fed a purely grass-fed diet. In the same way, just because something says 100% grass-fed does not mean that it was fed an organic diet. So if you're looking for both benefits, make sure that you're consuming a product that has both an organic USDA label along with 100% grass-fed on it. So now that we've defined the terms, let's walk through the difference between organic, 100% grass-fed milk, and conventional milk. There are 4 key areas that grass-fed milk differs from conventional milk. The first being that it's better for you. Grass-fed milk contains more healthy fats, including omega-3 fatty acids and CLA. CLA is conjugated linoleic acid. I know, long word, but in short, it helps prevent diabetes, heart disease, and even some forms of cancer, along with increasing your immunity. The improved fatty acid profile in grass-fed organic milk and dairy products brings the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio nearly a 1-to-1, which is much easier for your body to access, compared to the 5.7-to-1 in conventional milk. Grass-fed milk also contains more fat-soluble vitamins than conventional. Secondly, grass-fed cows are better for the environment. Because of the complexity of this material, we'll be doing a future video discussing the environmental impacts of agriculture. When grass-fed cows are on pasture, they're able to express natural behavior for them, such as grazing or even just movement. My favorite thing is to walk out when I'm getting the cows in for milking in the summer and see them skipping around. Literally, you can see a cow skip. Outdoor feeding operations are also much more beneficial to the cow's leg, foot, and udder health. In comparison, a cow living in a CAFO typically spends a majority of its life on concrete in a confined area. A grass-fed farm is better for the farmer. Farms that typically have 100% grass-fed herds are typically working outdoors with their animals. In comparison, farmers working on CAFOs are typically working indoors in poorly ventilated areas. As a result of these poorly ventilated areas, along with exposure to pesticides, these farms often suffer health conditions such as farmer's lung, cancer, and other health complications. So what is the best option when buying milk and milk products? We believe organic 100% grass milk is the best option available to you in grocery stores. If that's not possible for you or your family, then buying organic milk is better than conventional. There's one option we believe is superior to all of these that we didn't mention, and that is raw milk. If you're interested in knowing about the benefits and what is raw milk, check out this video we filmed right here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.